Good morning, everybody. I'm going to talk to you about tables. I'm not as loud as Bryce. I can be a bit of a low talker, so if you can't hear me across the room, please let me know. I'm going to talk a bit about tables in regards to the V3 and SharePoint. I got a little test page here is what I'm going to go through here. I know we're running behind on time, so I'm going to try to make it
left-hand side of the screen. So that I can see the whole thing.
All right, can everybody see that? All right, so typically when you're using a table, it's because you want to put something in columns and rows and place with somebody in columns and rows. There's a lot of instances where you'll have tables where they've been used for layout in some pages, so I'll talk a little bit about that too. But I'm going to also take you through the tool set in editing tables in SharePoint. For instance, so let's say we're going to create a table from scratch. What we can do is go to this Insert tab here under Editing Tools, and what we'll see here is table over here on the left. So we got two options here. We can click the Insert table, which will let us manually enter the columns and rows, or we can do this little quickie here and just insert a table into the page. So that gives us a blank table here. Now you can't see it, so here under Table Tools, when you're in a table, you're going to see Table Tools. So if you don't see Table Tools, that means your cursor is not actually in the table. So what I also want to do is click Show Grid Lines here, and that way I can see what I'm working with instead of trying to figure out where these invisible cells are in the table. So, and you'll see you have a couple options here. So you can split cells, split them vertical or horizontal, insert left. Anybody here use Excel a lot? Okay, then you're better than me at tables. I don't like Excel. However, this is a little bit more simplified than Excel, way less full features than what you get in Excel. So if you like Excel, this probably will be a downgrade because it is in the web and, you know, there's not a lot you can do except put it on the page and, you know, edit your presentation. So there's no formulas or anything here. So I can delete cells, columns, rows, and all that. I can also set the width of the table. So it defaults to, you see it's going across full screen there. So it defaults to 100% width. You can also adjust the row height and column width. So for instance, this column, if I wanted it to be, let me scroll to the top there so you can see that. Let's say I want it to be 200 pixels wide. I'll make it even smaller, say 50 pixels. And hit enter there. And you'll see that shift that column back over. But you also see my table is still 100% width. Now I can set a fixed width to that table, or I can set a percentage. So let's say 500 pixels here. And now you see that shrinks my entire table. And then you see this column is taking up the rest of it. So when it comes to tables, you also have these design options. So you'll see the header row in the first column is automatically selected here. And that just tells you where your header and footers are going to be. You can choose to have a footer row in your table or use the last column also as a table header. So those are kind of a quick rundown of the table tools there. What I also want to talk to you about is sometimes, well, most of the time, you're going to be editing existing content. You're not just going to come across a blank page. There will be a lot of times when you come in and you just want to create a table from scratch. But you're going to come across some content, and you're going to try to edit this content, and it's going to start acting weird. And it looks just like this. It's got a heading. It's got some text there. And you don't realize it's in a table because it looks just like a heading in a paragraph. But a little tip here. Whenever you see table tools, pay attention to your ribbon when you click your mouse in different areas, because that gives you a hint of what's happening on the page. And you're going to see these table tools pop up whenever you enter a table. And proof that it's a table, I'm going to show grid lines here. And you see there, I have that top header in one cell, one row, and there in another row. So if you're running across some content and you're hitting enter, or you can't delete this space, or you've deleted this, but there's still like, I'll show you an example here. I'm going to paste that here. Okay, so let's say you come across this, and now you've got this over here, you got that over there, and so let's say you want to get rid of all of this, right? Well, why does this keep happening? Why does this? Because you have, this is in a table, and so you really want to be sure, like I said, pay attention to that top tool there. Let me go to, now, in regards to table, we've actually created some more table styles for you to use, some basic styles, so you don't have to create the formatting from scratch. Here, what you're seeing is just a minimal table style. It doesn't have any stylings. It's just pretty much clear. It's got your header, clear rows, and a footer down there. And to access these, you can go and insert your table from here. Once you have your table on the page, if you click under Design, you can apply these styles there. So here you'll see, so under Design, you'll see these styles, and you'll see here I can select shaded rows, clear, a minimal style. And if you've got a table and you want to apply, it's got too much formatting, and you want to just get rid of the formatting and just clear it all out, you can use this clear style here. We've created a blue, basic blue style here as well, with alternating rows here. And this is just showing you some of the styles that you'll have access to. So you'll have the clear, minimal blue, and the green styles. And like I said, you can just go through and choose which ones you want to use. And it kind of gets you started quickly without having to do a lot of design for the table if you want. So, and you still have formatting options here. So in your table, you can go through and still format the text just like you would normally. Any questions?
Certain ways to control borders and colors.
You do have some. The question is there any way to control borders and colors? These are kind of basic styles. You would have to go, I mean, you can create markup for your own table, but we're not asking you to do that. So here, there is not really a way to control that. It's kind of limited in a sense.
I was curious about some of the lot of times when making tables in Word. So adding, spacing, any kind of control outside it. But it's curious if you have a common style, like the edit, especially if it's beneficial for other people to have it. That sort of thing is very configurable to
All right, these are very basic and probably won't meet the needs for everybody for every specific problem, but
I think those are great community forums and for discussion topics as well. So as you're trying to interact with the tool set or tables, I think if you have generally, I'm trying to create tables like this is very general, this looks like it would be a good feature for others. That would help guide us in our efforts to support a level up of common needs so we can directly relate to that.
Are there any more questions?
Yeah, I have a quick question.
Not without selecting that table. You'd have to actually click into that table and click Show Grid Lines. So now I haven't tried to do a... Yeah, sure.
Sorry, can you link away from another place for when you don't use?
I guess I don't understand the question as it relates to...
Just trying to see how away for table with information from another website.
Oh, like embedding information from another website. I mean, you can copy that information and put it into that rich text editor. What you want to be careful about is the markup that you're bringing from that site may not adjust too well. So you really want to be careful in what you copy and paste from another website. Yeah, that's right. Yes, you can. That's called hot linking. You can do that. It does work. But also be careful about hot linking images, because if that image goes away, whoever edits that site, if they take that image down or that asset down, then the asset is also removed from your page. Any other questions? Other questions? All right, well, I'll turn it over to Bryce again.